Hey YouTube, Kino here. I've just done a video explaining why I've been away for a while and why I haven't been making videos. This video is about what I learnt from the whole situation and what I learnt about silver in my time of need, basically. Quick rundown in case you haven't seen that video. I basically lost everything last year and had some other things happen, and I ended up having to sell all my silver, and it broke my heart and everything, but I'm not going to rabbit on about that. This video is about what I learned. So I never ever thought I'd have to sell silver as quickly as I did. I thought it was going to be a 10-20 year thing, but one of the first things I learned was it's easy to lose track of why you're stacking. I think I lost track of why I was doing it, and I started making these videos to show people that you didn't have to be rich, you didn't have to stack hundreds or thousands of ounces a month, to do well with silver and for it to protect you. And when I started selling it, I didn't think like that. I just felt like I was a failure. I felt like I'd let myself down, let my family down. I'd let it get that low. Although, to be fair, looking back on it, there's nothing I could have done. No, I've done everything I could. The only other option was credit, credit cards, loans. That's how bad it got. But silver saved me from doing that, and am I grateful? 100%. So I regret selling, but what I learned is silver does exactly what it says on the tin. Everything I wanted from it, everything I expected from it, it done. It looked after me in a bad time. It allowed me to control my wealth, allowed me to hold my wealth. All the things that I talked about in all my old videos, I just couldn't see it at the time. I was embarrassed to come onto YouTube and say, I've sold all my silver. That's why you didn't hear from me, when realistically I probably could have done a lot more good by going through what I was doing, because this is what it is. I'm the small person. That's why I make the videos. I'm not the 100 ounce a month buyer. I'm not the person with 50 grand in the bank, and that's the people that my channels were aimed at. So I think I should have maybe documented what went on a little bit better. But we're here, I'm back, I'm stacking, and silver done what it said. I didn't lose any money. I lost some money on some items, and I'll go into that in a minute, but I could control my wealth. I could hold it in my hand. No one knew what I had, and this stuff really did save me. It put food on the table when there was little other options out there. Only credit cards and loans, which is just a downward spiral. So yeah, I learned that silver is done everything I wanted it to. As far as what I'm going to be stacking, or what I done best with, which is the probably the most important part of this video. I had some really nice silver before I had to sell. I had some 10 ounce stuff. I had some no numismatics, no rare coins, just some nice coins. Now, one thing I learned, when you're in a crisis and you are the little person like me and you haven't got assets that you can just raid whenever you need them, that 1 ounce silver does a lot better than 10 ounce silver. I love 10 ounce silver. I love the feel of it. I love showing it to people. I love the size, the chunk, the look, the feel, everything about it. But that's where I sort of started to lose track of why I started stacking silver, I think, because in my head I knew I was buying it cheap for like 155, 160 pound an ounce, an ounce per ounce, when I was buying 10 ounce coin. It's like 155, 160 pound. I was getting it. So, and I knew, because I was looking at the prices, that I could probably sell it for 175 in the UK, but I also knew that I could buy the same, say the Kookaburra, 1 ounce Kookaburra, I could buy that for under £15 at the time, and I could sell that for £18 in the UK. And I actually sold them for a bit more than that, a few of my coins like that. So what I learnt was, in a crisis, the best thing to have around you, in my opinion, and what done well for me, was the 1 ounce silver. I made more money back on it. I actually made a nice profit on quite a bit of my 1 ounce silver, whereas I lost a little bit of money with my 10 ounce stuff because of the seller fees on eBay and things like that. So as far as stacking goes, you're not going to see any 10 ounce in my stack for a while. I'm not doing this as a collector, and I went through all that before in my older videos. I'm not a collector, I'm not an investor. I don't want massive returns out of it, and as much as I'd like some really beautiful stuff in my stack, I need to go with what's practical and what's going to make money. And at the end of the day, in a situation like last year, which I never pictured myself being in, every penny counted, every pound counted, and the 1 ounce stuff got me a better return. Now obviously prices dip, prices go up, you know, so if I tried to sell now I might have lost money, prices are down a little bit. So it was all relevant to the time that I was selling. But I can only go by experience. It's the only thing that we can go by as stackers is, you know, nothing's a certain. Nothing's a certain. You can only go by experience and the past, really. You can't predict the future. You can see what's happened. And I know that 1 ounce stuff done it for me. So as much as I want to go out and buy a 10 ounce coin, my first order, which I'm going to be doing in the next video, wasn't far off 10 ounce. I didn't, because I know that if I need to sell it, I can sell it at different times. You know, there was times where I might have needed £50 to cover something, a bill or something. That's, you know, that's how bad it was. So I could sell 3 coins. Whereas if I'd sold the whole 10 ounce coin, I would have money sitting there spare. And when you haven't got a lot sitting around, you know, I think it's been a lot easier for me to spend the money that was just sitting there and didn't have a purpose. So, you know, the 1 ounce stuff, it's nicely priced and you can sell it at a nice price, and you know, you can sell 10 of them for one 10 ounce coin. So to me it makes sense to have the 1 ounce stuff laying around. So yeah, so basically the only other thing I'd add from what I was selling when I learnt was American Silver Eagles and Canadian Maple Leafs. I did do a video on this about coin mintage. I don't think it's just coin mintage, but they didn't do well. You know, I lost money on them with the seller fees because they're everywhere. Everyone's got them. There's millions and millions of them out there. Whereas the Kookaburras and things like that with a 1 million mintage, I made over £20 on some of them coins. You know, I was buying them at £14 something. You know, £14 80p or whatever. So you know, that's not a bad turnaround for a couple of months of stacking. But yeah. So, to break the video down, I think it's easy to lose sight, and I won't be doing that again, and I apologise for that. And as far as actual material silver goes, for me, 1 ounce stuff all day long. Once I've got 1,000 ounces of it, I start buying 10 ounce again, kilo bars. You know, that I'll go back to my, you know, once I've got enough of it to cover me in that situation, then I'll start playing. But you know, for big stackers that can afford to buy 100 10 ounce coins a year, it's the same as me buying 100 1 ounce coins a year. You know, they can sell 2 of them off and still have 80 left. Whereas with my stack was like 102 ounces, I think, and I think 40 or 50 ounces of that was 10 ounce silver. So it didn't give me a lot of room for play. It didn't give me a lot of room for manoeuvring when I come to sell it, which I had to do. So yeah, no more rabbiting on. I've got a video coming up on these. It's the first coin that I see when I went to Silver to Go, and I fell in love with it instantly. And you're going to see a lot of Perth Mint stuff with me this year. But yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope you can take something from that. I'm going to get back to my old videos, deals and all of that's going to start coming out, and get stacking. So yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye.